In this edition of RPP News, rumbles about Hastings hydrogen plant, champions in our midst, and exciting news for an RPP presenter. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. Detectives have this week charged a local man with alleged sex offences committed against 3 victims between January and March this year. The offences are alleged to have taken place in Waterways, a suburb next to Aspendale, and online. Police searched a vehicle and 2 properties belonging to a 34-year-old Baxter man and seized electronic devices. He has been charged with 10 offences, including sexual assault of a child under 16 and grooming. He has been remanded and will appear in court in July. Following last week's news that Hastings could be home to a coal-to-hydrogen green energy plant, the Mornington Peninsula Shire Council has registered its misgivings about the project. In an urgent business matter raised at this week's council meeting, the majority of councillors expressed their concerns, claiming little was known about the project or its impact on council environment policies and aspirations. Seawinds Ward Councillor Simon Brooks summarised the mood.
To collect as much information as possible, as quickly as possible, so that we can make an informed decision, I think is a good thing. It also sends a message to the community and hopefully back to the government that we're watching, and that that we need to put pressure on government to be showing leadership and best practice in this area.
The deadline is coming up for all Frankston and Peninsula cat and dog owners to renew their pet registration. The Domestic Animals Act requires all cats and dogs over the age of 3 months to be microchipped and registered. Renewals must be done by the 10th of April and can be completed online, over the phone and in person. Paragliders are once more able to take to the skies at Mount Martha. Paragliding previously took place at Craigie Beach but was discontinued several years ago as it was unlicensed. In December 2021, the council resolved to help the Victorian Hang Gliding and Paragliding Association to apply for a licence to launch at Craigie Beach, opposite Morrison's Avenue. The licence has now been approved, so get ready to spread your wings. Arguably the strongest weightlifting team in the Commonwealth has been training on the peninsula this week. Boasting Olympians and Commonwealth champions, Team Samoa has been based at the Oceania Weightlifting Centre in Dramana as they prepared for an international championship event in Hawthorn this weekend. Oceania Weightlifting Secretary-General and world-renowned coach Paul Coffer told RPP the Samoans are immensely talented athletes and are relishing their time on the peninsula.
I think they're enjoying Dramana more than the training facilities. The boys are enjoying Dramana very much. But they're training hard, and you must remember 4 of them are gold medals at the Commonwealth Games. So they are the best in the Commonwealth and some of the best in the world. They're qualifying. They're looking to qualifying for the Olympic Games in Paris. So they're really in great shape, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Commonwealth records broken.
This weekend's championship is an important test for the athletes who will be competing at the Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands this November. And RPP's own Julie Fisher is launching her new book next Saturday, the 1st of April. Julie is a best-selling author and co-host of The Unexpected Journey with Tina Norton, which airs every Tuesday on RPP FM. The show explores their lives and experiences as parents of children with Down syndrome. This week, Julie is launching her new book, From the Hearts of Mums. The book shares 13 deeply personal stories from mums around the world of their lives with loved ones who live with Down syndrome. The launch at BAM Arts in Frankston is free, but tickets must be booked on the Humanitix website. After the break, we have Bianca with this week's weather report.
Hey, they're saying the fire danger rating's extreme. Should we go?
There's no fire around here.
Get out!
I know embers can spread bushfires as far as 40 kilometres, so you should leave early.
Authorised by the Victorian Government.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
a great range of products and service you can count on. So when it comes to tyres, when it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Welcome back. We go now to Bianca with the coming week's weather report.
Hello, I'm Bianca and welcome to this week's RPP weather update. Well, we are certainly beyond summer with temperatures becoming cooler. Let's dive into this week's forecast to see what the weather holds for us. Sunday, 26th of March brought us a mostly overcast day with hints of rain. We reached a low of 11 and a high of 21 degrees. Monday should be a very wet day with a low of 14 and a top of 20. Tuesday will be much the same, rain with a top of 21 and a low of 13. Wednesday sees this trend continue with a low of 13 and a high of 19 degrees. Thursday sees even more rain over the peninsula with a high of 20 and a low of 12. Friday should be the same with a top of 17 and a low of 10 degrees. And finally, Saturday, we'll see the sun popping through the clouds with a high of 17 and a low of 10. Well, that's all for this week. Try to stay dry and I will see you next week.
We have no surf report this week as our surf guru Muzz is away until next week. Well, that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.